Have you ever wondered how some people manage to get so much done while you're just sitting there scrolling through your phone? Well, today I'm going to share the ultimate productivity hack, and it's not what you think. First, let me set the stage. In South Korea, teenagers spend more time studying each day than most of us spend awake. It sounds superhuman, right? But here's the thing. Their secret isn't some magical technique. In fact, many of them aren't super passionate about school. Some just want to get it over with. Others skip showers entirely. And their most popular productivity hack is chugging iced Americanos between subjects. So, how do they actually do it? It's not about caffeine or willpower. It's about understanding something fundamental, the productivity cycle. What is the productivity cycle? At its core, productivity is a self-sustaining cycle. Here's how it works. 1. You feel motivated. 2. That motivation makes you start working. 3. Finishing work gives you a sense of accomplishment. 4. That accomplishment motivates you to do more work. It's a loop, and it can go faster or slower depending on how you manage it. For example, imagine you're working on an essay. You've procrastinated for weeks, but the night before it's due, boom, suddenly you're churning out paragraphs like Shakespeare himself. Why? Because the deadline cranks up your motivation, and that drives the cycle into overdrive. The beauty of this cycle is that it works both ways. The more work you do, the more motivated you get, and the more motivated you are, the more work you'll want to do. How to kickstart the cycle. But what happens when you wake up feeling completely unmotivated? Here's the trick. Don't wait for motivation to start working. Use work to create motivation. Let me explain. Even if you don't feel like doing anything, commit to one tiny task. It could be as small as opening your laptop or writing one sentence. Once you finish, you'll get a little hit of satisfaction, which often leads to doing just one more thing. And before you know it, you're deep into the cycle. This is how even the most productive people keep going on their worst days. Boosting your productivity with to-do lists. Want to make the productivity cycle even smoother? Use a to-do list, but not just any list. Break your tasks into the smallest, most detailed steps possible. For example, instead of writing finish homework, split it into math worksheet, science reading, history essay intro, history essay conclusion. Why does this work? Because each time you cross off a task, you give your brain a little reward. Look, I did something. That sense of accomplishment keeps the cycle running. The smaller the tasks, the more wins you stack up, and the more motivated you feel to keep going. Of course, it's not always smooth sailing. Fatigue, boredom, anxiety, and distractions can all throw a wrench in the cycle. Here's how to handle them. 1. Take breaks. When you're feeling stuck, a quick walk can do wonders. Not only does it recharge your energy, but it also clears your mind and reduces stress. 2. Change your environment. If you're stuck in a productivity slump, try switching up your workspace. Even something as simple as facing a different direction can help. 3. Manage anxiety. Feeling overwhelmed? Ask yourself these questions. What's the worst that could happen? Is this fear realistic? What can I control right now? Breaking big problems into smaller steps can also make them feel less daunting. 4. Eliminate distractions. This one's simple. Put your phone on silent and hide it in another room. Out of sight, out of mind. The real secret to productivity. So what's the takeaway? Productivity isn't about waiting for motivation to magically strike. It's about starting something, no matter how small. The cycle works because finishing tasks fuels your motivation, and motivation fuels your ability to finish even more tasks. So, the next time you don't feel like doing anything, try this. 1. Write down a detailed to-do list. 2. Pick the easiest task and just start. 3. Let the productivity cycle do the rest. Remember, productivity isn't about perfection. It's about momentum. And once you understand how the cycle works, you'll realize that getting started, even when you don't feel like it, is half the battle. Now, here's the deal. I want to hear from you. What's one task you've been putting off that you're finally going to tackle? Drop it in the comments below with the word commit to show you're serious about getting it done. And hey, if you found this video helpful or maybe even a little inspiring, consider hitting that subscribe button. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Now go crush that to-do list.